So first of all, we'll get all of the drums out of their cases. This is the bass drum first. I put a few cuts in while I was just waffling, so hopefully that makes the video slick enough to watch without getting boring. Move that case out of the way. Floor tom second, that was the bass drum first. I'm working against gravity here because the video has been reversed. The high tom third. And finally the snare drum. That address on the cases is actually out of date. Need to update that, but it's my old address from 2 house moves ago. So first we put the legs onto the bass drum. There's two brackets on either side of the bass drum for where you attach the legs. Then we're going to flip the bass drum over, and on goes the front bracket. Line that up so that it will be flat on the floor. Think about where the front 2 feet are going to form a tripod with it. Then the bass drum pedal, it has that V-shaped clip that you need to squeeze together and then get those little right angled bits on the end into the uprights of the bass drum pedal. You can see where the beater head is going to line up with the center of the drum. It should slide backwards and forwards on the foot plate, but make sure it's lined up in the center, not off to one side, so that the beater head is going to strike the center of the drum. That's where you're going to get the best bass drum sound. And then tighten up the wing nut. And that is the bass drum all assembled. I'm doing the snare drum stand next. Apologies, that's not quite on the camera. You can just see I'm opening up the tripod legs there. And opening up the basket for the snare. You can see the snare, how much the basket grips is adjusted with that little black nut around the central pole there. You don't need it too tight, just slightly touching the snare. And then this is the mount for the high tom that goes in through the bass drum like that. I'm going to put the one of the cymbal stands down next. Apologies, that's also not quite on the video, but you can see I opened up the legs there. The boom arm there hopefully is already around about the right position, but that can be adjusted with the wing nuts just like the rest of the stands. And then in comes the ride cymbal stand. Again, hopefully the boom arm should be roughly right in the right position. Just flipping over the floor tom because you need it upside down to get the legs into it. High tom goes onto the bass drum then. 3 legs for the floor tom. They feed in upside down like this. And stand the floor tom up next to the bass drum. Ride cymbal goes on. Unscrew the wing nut there. Take off the first washer, and then the ride cymbal goes on the second washer and back with the wing nut and the top washer. There's felt washers there. There's also the plastic sleeve which stays on so that the metal thread doesn't touch the cymbal. I cut out the bit where I put the crash cymbal onto the crash cymbal stand because unfortunately that wasn't in shot. Again, with the on the, you have to squeeze those metal prongs on the bottom of the hi-hat stand so that they lock into the bottom of the hi-hat upright part. There we go, and then down that goes next to the snare drum stand. You want the two pedals for the hi-hat and the bass drum to be roughly the same distance from the seat. Your legs obviously being roughly the same length. You want your feet to be more or less the same distance away from each other. Then the bottom hi-hat cymbal goes on first, and you can just see there I put one washer above the top hi-hat and one washer below the top hi-hat, and that's it, finished. Hope that was enough explanation. Enjoy the drums.